Ladies and gentlemen,
Now,
it's
there's
been a
one.
little political time. Obviously, the comedians are full force going in right now. But one man who's not even here anymore has had a take, and his name is Mr. George Carlin. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a new George Carlin video. Why don't I vote?
Now, there's one thing you might have noticed I don't complain about. Politicians.
1996.
Everybody complains about politicians. Everybody says they suck.
The OG. Let's see if he has a take that can help us right now. Maybe can give us a bit of clarity. And it's crazy. It's coming from somebody who said this in 1996. Tupac might have still been alive when he said this. So it's crazy.
Well, where do people think these politicians come from? They don't fall out of the sky. They don't pass through a membrane from another reality. They come from American parents and American families, American homes, American schools, American churches, American businesses, and American universities.
Oh, he about to preach. I already feel it.
American citizens.
He about to cook.
This is the best we can do, folks. This is what we have to offer.
Oh, he gonna
It's
cook.
what our system produces. Garbage in, garbage out.
out.
If you have selfish, ignorant...
Talk to him, Georgie.
If you have selfish, ignorant citizens, you're going to get selfish, ignorant leaders. And term limits ain't going to do you any good. You're just going to wind up with a brand new bunch of selfish, ignorant Americans. So maybe it's not the politicians who suck. Maybe something else sucks around here, like the public.
I've always said, I'm going to say this every time it applies, on every video that it applies to. The reason why stand-up comedy or comedians in general, especially during stand-up, bring me to, like, why I like it is because it's like rap. It's just like rapping. To the point where they have comedy albums also, where it's just audio of them telling their jokes, just like audio of you making music. And I listen to some of these points and some of the things he's saying like a good punchline. It's like, this sound like what Jay-Z rapping, nigga. George Carlin, he ain't rapping, but it's landing in my brain the same way a good rap would nah, this a verse right here. He cracked them open early. You know what I mean? No freaky. He ain't.
The public sucks. There's a nice
Rest in peace to Carlin.
For somebody. The public sucks. Fuck hope. Fuck hope. Because if it's really just politicians, then where are all the other bright people of conscience? Where are all the bright, honest, intelligent Americans ready to step in and save the nation and lead the way? We don't have people like that in this country.
I would argue that we do have people like that, but they would never go to be president because it's the same way I feel about a lot of positions of power. In itself, it attracts not great people or people who didn't have power or will abuse power or power is the most important thing to them. That's what's going to attract those people. So no matter what, the positions of power in this society are always going to tend to have the most horrible people because pure power attracts horrible people. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and I'm not saying the president has absolute power, but it's not that I don't believe we don't have those people in this world. It's not that I don't believe that some of you watching this aren't sober, great-minded. And I don't mean sober like you're not doing anything, because I'll be off the... Yeah, but I'm saying like your mind is clear, right? I'm not saying, but anybody who really cares about people, who really doesn't, it's like, it's not about me, it's about the people, would not run to be president. There's a bit of ego. There's a bit of I'm the greatest. There's a bit of I'm the one that should lead this nation. And that statement in itself is going to attract certain people.
Country. Everybody's at the mall, scratching his ass, picking his nose, taking his credit card out of his fanny pack and buying a pair of sneakers with lights in them. So I have solved this little political dilemma for myself in a very simple way. On election day, I stay home. I don't vote. Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't vote. Two reasons.
I'm not mad at that either.
First of all, it's meaningless. This country was bought and sold and paid for a long time ago. The shit they shuffle around every 4 years doesn't mean a fucking thing. And secondly, I don't vote because I believe if you vote, you have no right to complain. People like to twist that around, I know. They say, well, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. But where's the logic in that? If you vote and you elect dishonest, incompetent people and they get into office and screw everything up, well, you are responsible for what they have done. You caused the problem. You voted them in.
He ain't lying.
You have no right to complain.
He ain't lying. We kind of see it a little bit of that now.
Who did not vote, who, in fact, did not even leave the house on election day, am in no way responsible for what these people have done and have every right to complain as loud as I want about the mess you created that I had nothing to do with. So I know that a little later on this year, you're going to have another one of those really swell presidential elections that you like so much. You'll enjoy yourselves. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm sure as soon as the election is over, your country will improve immediately. As for me, I'll be home on that day doing essentially the same thing as you. The only difference is when I get finished masturbating, I'm going to have a little something to show for it, folks. Thank you very much. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them...
Oh, my goodness. So he had multiple takes. That was his 1996 take. Let's see if it changed at all. I doubt it. I doubt it changed. But damn, man. Yo. Now, with the whole... I voted basically every election I've been able to, except for one, where I just stayed home. So and anybody who comes to me and says these arguments about like not voting and has these stance, I fully understand. There's a lot of people who think that that's a dangerous, but I fully understand. Like I said, I've said this before, bro. I've been black my whole life, right? And it seems like it don't matter if it's a blue tie in that office or a red tie in that office. Police still treat me the same, which is not great. People in positions of power still don't. I still go through discrimination. I still go through racism. It don't matter who's in there. And it never really affected me, right? So I tell people, if you want to vote for somebody and you know why you're voting for that person, go ahead and vote. If you don't, then I can't make that argument. I've said it a million times where people say, and they say this to black people all the time, where they go, your ancestors died for your right to vote. And it's like, man, I think you don't know what a right is. Yeah, that's why I'm not voting. Because I have the right to vote, meaning I have the right to not vote. If I had to vote, hold on, let me tell y'all something. If you're black, right, hold on. What, hell, my camera? All right. If you're black and someone tells you that you're not voting, they say your ancestors died to vote. And what you say is, absolutely. They died for my right to vote. Absolutely. Which is why I'm not voting. And if they go, that doesn't make sense. You go, well, look at it like here. If you're telling me I have to vote, is that a right anymore? Or is that the illusion of a right? Especially if the option that you give me I don't like. Is that choice or the illusion of choice? Oh yeah, you can vote for whoever you want as long as it's these people we curated. Like, what? What if I don't like any of them? Then you have to. And I always tell people this, it goes, you know how you have the right, because once you switch it to like sex or something like that, people start understanding. You know you have the right to have sex with anybody you want to, meaning that you have the right to not have sex with anybody. So if I told you there's 3 people right here, you get the choice to pick which one you have sex with. But you have to have sex with one of them. That's not the same thing, nigga. And it's like, I don't like any of these people. I don't want to. I don't feel comfortable. You have to. That's not the same thing, my nigga. And then don't tell me that my ancestors died for my right to have sex. Like, shut up, nigga.
You sit them down rationally, you talk to them about the low IQ,
2006.
and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions.
A decade
Right away, they
later?
start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They said we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms.
Talk to him, Carlin.
We need more testing for the kids. You say to them, well, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. They say, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there, it's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind three things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed.
And what is that?
It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you.
That's literally what I was saying.
They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control.
And I gotta say this, like I said. Oh, my bad. I didn't even mean to switch it like this. Like I said, if you know why you're voting, I'm not one of those don't vote now. If you know why you're voting, then go ahead and go vote, right? Go ahead and go vote. My thing with it is there's elections I didn't vote on because you didn't give me a choice that I liked. So EAD, nigga. No. You're not getting my vote because you think I'm supposed to be tied to you because I'm black, nigga. That's what a lot of y'all think, nigga. I'm going to keep it tall. Who did I... When Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black, that was one of the major pushing things where I said, I'm sitting here. I'm sitting home. This nigga really think I'm some do-boy. This nigga really think, yes, sir, Mr. Biden. I'm going to vote for you, otherwise I'm not black. Oh, mama, bye. Nigga, if you don't get that buck dancing, buck-eye, coon-ass shit out of here, boy. The second you said that, let me know, yeah, nigga, you not really other people, my people. You know, nah, because ain't nobody would say some wild shit like that.
All the corporations, they've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets, and they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear.
Why do I keep accidentally doing that? I'm sorry.
They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money.
It's crazy that in 2006, aren't we still going through the Social Security thing? Didn't they say they would end that? Yeah, nigga, he said this in 2006.
They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care.
Bar him down, Carlin.
Hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah, and I mean, oh boy, is he talking about what just happened? Goddamn! Nah, Carlin, is you still here? Yeah, it's crazy. He said this in 2006, and it's more true in 2024. Oh my goodness gracious, nah, nigga. Yeah, some of you broke, some of you niggas who cannot rub 2 cents together, which might happen for a lot of reasons, but let's say because the society puts you in a situation where, or whatever, you're not even in a position because it's hard out here, and I understand that. Some of y'all voted for a nigga thinking that he was gonna give you tax breaks and tax cuts, and y'all didn't really look into it, realizing you're too broke for those under his plan. That wasn't for you. That was for the rich people, the corporations and stuff that George Carlin's talking about right now. You got tricked.
They don't give a fuck about you. They
Facts.
don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you
Facts.
at all, at all, at all.
And I'm not even saying any other side cares about you. I'm just saying that to think that a rich is gonna care about yo.
Man, you know?
Oh,
And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
And here we are with another election year upon us. Question. Yet he bars. I'm low-key glad I watched this after the election, because this hit way harder. How is what George Carlin all these years still relevant to this day? More relevant, damn near. I guess I wasn't old enough to really know what was going on in the world at this time like that. But like, golly. The answer is simple. What's the answer, Mr. YouTuber? Nothing has changed. Yes, sir. It's all a circus. Shout out John Lockwood.